Hey YouTube, how are we doing? Welcome back to my channel. I am Tom and welcome to MTB Tomfoolery. Today I will be taking my E-MTB out for its first ride. In fact, it's the first time I've ever ridden an e-bike of any description. I have been holding off for 5 years probably, because I knew I'd have to get me wallet out. And I have managed to resist it thus far. But now is the time. I'm in my mid-40s. It's time for a new bike anyway, since my Santa Cruz Bronson is now 11 years old, believe it or not. Yeah, it was time for a new bike, and it is time for an e-bike. So I have got myself a Canyon Neuron on AL8 with the latest Gen 5 Bosch CX line motor. And today I'm here at Firestone Copse, and I'm going to have a few little laps of Firestone Copse. Nothing strenuous, because I've got to go and meet a mate for a bike ride later. I'm going to have a few laps, and I'm going to sort of, because I haven't got any clue how any of this stuff works. I know this has got different riding modes, each one giving you a little bit more power. So I guess what I'll do is I'll do each lap and start on the lowest power and work my way up to, is it turbo or something? I'm pretty sure it's called turbo, which sounds mad. Let's find out if it is. Let's go. Okay, so second time lucky. The eagle-eyed amongst you might notice that it's now sunny, and when I did that intro shot it was a bit cloudy and not as nice as this. The reason for that being, when I was coming out to make the video, I could not find the GoPro mount for my chest mount for my action camera. So I was going to have to make do with the Insta360 X3, which quite frankly is a terrible camera. Not in terms of picture quality, but in terms of the audio, it is rubbish. Anyway, after I'd filmed that, I checked my phone and my wife had found my chest mount. So I stopped filming to go and get that, and of course by the time I got that, I run out of time. So I am back. The downside, of course, other than it is a lovely day today, is it absolutely wanged it down last night for the first time in about 2 months. So there was a hell of a lot of rain. So we're gonna have to see how it goes today. Anyway, at the moment the e-bike is turned off. I should have mentioned actually in that intro bit just there, I haven't done any firmware updates. So whilst this is the Gen 5 Bosch CX line, as far as I'm aware, it so far hasn't had the software update which gives it the bonkers extra torque and power and all that stuff. So we're going to see how we get on today by doing a few loops around here with some hills, and it'd be nice for me and I guess you guys to see how much easier it gets in the different modes as we ramp up towards turbo. So thank you. I'll stick the bike on now. I think it's on now actually, but it is got no engine assist. So let's whack it up onto Eco, which is the first of the modes. It looked like we had Eco, Tour Plus, I think it said MTB, yeah, E-MTB, and then turbo. So I can feel myself going up this hill, getting a little bit of assistance. This is literally the first time I've ever been E-assisted on a bike. So it'll be interesting to see how it makes a difference going through the different modes. I know a nice little loop here in Firestone Copse. We'll have a quick look, and it's got a nice hill, then a nice little bit of single track downhill to do a little loop, very short, so it won't take too long. Let's get up there, get to the top of the hill, and see how much easier it is on an E-MTB. So you can certainly hear the engine wearing away there. I think, pretty sure it only speeds me up to, or gives me extra power up to 15.5 miles an hour. Does that sound right? So we'll have to see if I get even up to that speed. So whilst this bike is heavier, I can tell that it is giving me some assistance. It's still quite hard work getting up here. Easier gear might help. Okay, so I can definitely feel the assistance there, and it is definitely a Brucey bonus. It's not a very long climb, but it's quite punchy, and as I'm sure you can hear, I am a little bit out of breath because that is the lowest setting. I think I'm going to need a bit more than that. Obviously the bike weighs a lot more than my Bronson, so just a little bit of assistance isn't going to cut it. Whew. But I still don't think I would have been able to get up that hill that quick on my Bronson. So little blast down here, back to the bottom, and then we'll stick it in a different mode and see how much easier that is. Let's go. Right, here we are back at the bottom again. So let's get the seat up. Now let's whack it up into Tour Plus mode. Okay, instantly I can feel this getting a little bit easier. But that could be because we're going down a little bit, but we shall find out in a second when we get to this hill. Okay, already I can feel it whizzing me up here, and I'm having to put a lot less effort in. Oh my God, I am going to enjoy this bike. This is a marvel. I'm flying up here, and there's still 2 settings to go. I will get some side-by-side shots of me going up the hill in the different modes as well, so you can sort of see the different speeds and stuff. See if that makes any difference. But here we are at the top again. Let's get down the bottom and try MTB mode, was it? Something like that. Tell you what, I've never ridden a bike with 29-inch wheels either, and I have to say, so far, quite impressed. It doesn't take long to get down the bottom. Right, seat up. What's the next mode? This is E-MTB, and when I pedal there, oh my God, it picks up like nobody's business. I can't wait to get on turbo. Whew. Right, let's get back up here. Oh, it just flies up. If you have not tried an E-MTB, have a go on one. If I'd have tried this 5 years ago, I'd have had to put my money in my pocket and dig my wallet out 5 years ago, for sure. I don't think it's possible to ride one without reaping the benefits and really noticing how much easier it was for me to fly up there. Excellent. It doesn't look like much, and it never will on a GoPro, but that is quite a steep hill, particularly for a fatty like me, and a nice little fun downhill section just here. Let's get down the bottom and see what turbo can do for us. Let's go. I keep saying GoPro, it's not GoPro, I've moved away from those. I now use DJI only. So this is an Action 5 Pro with a wireless mic, so the sound will be much better than you would have got with the X3 Insta360. Right, here we are again. Saddle up. How to do it? That one. Oh, turbo. Oh my gosh. I can hear it. It's like having a Linford Christie pushing me from behind. Oh, I can only imagine what this will be like. It is nearly as easy as riding my motorcycle. Oh my gosh. Why did I not try this sooner? Literally riding up a hill at nearly 15 miles an hour. It felt like when I stopped pedalling then, it kept giving me a little bit of power for a tiny section then. I think I read somewhere that's overrun or something like that. But I literally haven't adjusted anything in the settings on here. I got the Kiox, I think it's called, unit, Bosch unit just here. Haven't adjusted any of the settings. All I have done is register on the app. Don't even know what that does. I'm very new to all this E-MTB stuff. Anyway, so I've just done that. What I'm going to do is get some clips of me riding up this hill at you know, moderate pace, moderate effort in each of the different modes, and see how much difference it makes in terms of speed. See if it's noticeable. Let's do it. Eco mode. Tour Plus. E-MTB. Turbo. Whew. Well, that definitely felt a lot different for going through the different modes there. Hopefully you can see the difference in speed. One thing I will say, when I did that, I didn't change gear at all. So throughout all of that, I was just in like a middle range gear, and it was so much easier in turbo. Didn't notice much in eco, which I think is the bottom one, yeah, eco. But I could feel there was some assistance, but nowhere near the urgency of the turbo. I'm in love. Do my moves look big in this? Okay, so yeah, that's been an eye-opener really. My first few laps I've done, I suppose 8 laps now. 4 with the body cam on, and then also 4 coming up the hill in the different modes as well. I want to go and see what it's like off-road on some rooty stuff. And when I was riding through this bit of single track just through here, there's a nice little rooty section where you can easily get hung up, so I probably will. Let's go and see how much difference it makes on the bike going up some routes and stuff. Okay, I don't know how well the battery should last. This has got the 800 milliwatt, I think it is, 800 milliwatt battery on this. And doing all of those 8 little runs on that little loop there has used 3% of the battery. So I'm guessing you can definitely crunch a few miles out on this. So let's go and find the bottom of that trail and see how we get on in eco mode. Afternoon. Oh, I can already tell it's nowhere near as easy as turbo. I think I'm going to enjoy that one going up the hill. I'm very pleasantly surprised actually with how quiet this Bosch motor is. I have ridden with people with e-bikes before and they've been quite noisy and crashy, but this is very quiet. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so it's quite hard going. Bearing in mind this bike does weigh probably 6 or 7 kilos more than my carbon Bronson. This is just the aluminium version of the Neuron on. In fact, I don't even know if they do a carbon version, but this is the roots. That was quite easy, but definitely be more fun with a little bit more assistance. So let's go and see what that's like. Okay, just approaching the bottom of the trail here, and this is Tour Plus mode. Okay, already, I mean there's no way I'll be even going this fast on my Bronson up here. So, oh, pedestrian, we'll start again. Just wait around here for a sec till they clear. This bike, I cannot turn the handlebars infinitely like I can on my Bronson, so that's like a steering lock, so you can only turn the bars so much before it hits a stop. So it does make it a lot more difficult to manoeuvre, particularly getting in the car and doing things like that and just moving it around my workshop. Hopefully this pedestrian has made their way up to the top of this trail now. I'll give it another 20 seconds or so. Looks like we've got some interesting trails down here. I used to ride in Firestone Copse quite a lot, by the way, before I moved down to Devon and Cornwall. And I do remember that was being quite good, I think. So I will be back at a later date when I've got some water. Worth pointing out, even on an e-bike, I'm definitely getting some exercise. I am sweating up. Anyway, that guy should have moved by now. So let's see how we get on. Tour Plus mode. Get that saddle up. Yeah, it's much easier than eco. It makes a world of difference. Even going up one setting, these routes are horrible up here, no problem. Lovely. Almost at the top. Let's get it into the next mode, which is E-MTB. A little roll down here. Oh, I'm still getting a workout. I think I'm going to have some good times with this bike. Okay, this is E-MTB mode. Let's go. Don't even need to change gear. Again, I'm doing this in the same gear each time as I did on the way up the fire road track. Flying up here. Almost haven't got a chance to have a look, see what's coming up. It's mad. If only it wasn't speed restricted, you could have a lot of fun. And I'm going to have a lot of fun on this, I'm sure. Right, next one. This is it, the big one, turbo. Let's see what you got, girl. Right, the big one, turbo. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Whoa, nearly did a two-wheel drift there. Good save. Flying over these routes like they're not even there. I've not set up the suspension or anything properly on this yet, so I'm sure we can get the handling much better, but that is it. Absolute flying machine. Get in. Right, let's time for some action shots of me riding up that bit, just in the different modes again. So I'll go and start find somewhere near those routes and set up my camera and do that again. What fun. If you've got any tips for riding for new E-MTB rider, do let me know in the comments, please. It's quite a strange sensation, and also the handlebars on this bike are wider than my Bronson, so even that feels weird, but it always takes a while to get used to something new, I guess. We'll get there. Right, let's bring the camera up here somewhere. Eco mode. Tour Plus. E-MTB. Turbo. Oh, lucky save. Well, as you can see, the difference there between Eco and Turbo is something else. I'm not going to lie, Turbo is the one for me, but I realise you can't use Turbo mode all the time. Or can you? Anyway, that was a good little test, even in Eco mode. I guess because it's heavier than my Bronson, having Eco mode just makes it basically the same as riding a normal bike with no assistance. And it's only once you get into, is it Tour or Tour Plus, then you start really noticing that it's really giving you a helping hand. And then through E-MTB is something else as well. But Turbo is the daddy for a reason. I'm going to enjoy this bike in Turbo and the others. Okay, so having done the 4 runs up the fire road and then the side mounted camera up the fire road 4 times, and then the same, but both of those setups on this little rooty uphill track, I've only used 12% of the battery, which seems really good to me. I know it's got a decent sized battery on it, but it seems like I'm definitely still going to get, even with all the assistance from the e-bike motor, I'm still going to get tired before the bike will, that is for sure. Right, I'm going to go and find a couple of little trails whilst I'm here, and just go and have a little look and see what is what. Go for a little wander, I think. I have to say, riding up a hill has never been so much fun. It's almost as much fun as riding down it. Ooh. Come on, baby, let's do it. Get me up here. Ooh. Lovely. Just had a nice chat with a lady with a dog there, and her dog is a bit skittish around bikes, so I said I'd go in the opposite direction. Don't want to annoy the doggy, so yeah, back up over these routes again. This is time number 9, I think, today. Lovely, easy peasy. I'm going to check out the other side of the road. Actually, there used to be some jumps and stuff over there, so hopefully I can have some future content and get Uncle Bob out on his bike again. I'll go up here, don't know where it goes, but it's going in the right direction. I don't think I've ever been up here before. I love exploring, and I like it even more in turbo. Lovely. Did not know this trail was here. I mean, can you call this a trail? It's just a little route in it, really. I have stuck on the plastic crappy pedals that come with this bike. I was not organised enough to get another pair of pedals ready for this when it's new. So unfortunately I am having to make do with some crappy pedals which my feet keep slipping off of. Don't know where this, I can see someone's walking over there. This looks interesting, and also somewhere I've not been. Is that a jump down there? There's only one way to find out. No, it is not a jump, but you could have some wicked jumps going through these trees. But it does look like a lot of these are earmarked for removal of some type. How on earth have I never been here before? That looks slippery. No match for me. Oh, I do know where I am actually. Right, scrap that. Okay, let me check the camera. Because I'm a bit chubby, it's difficult to get the camera to stay in a constant position on my wobbly stomach. So I have to keep checking it's pointing in the right direction, and it appears to be. It might just be a bit off centre, so do excuse me if it is. Right, this is the other side of the road. Let's get up here and see what we can find. Oh, I was not prepared for that. Can you tell I've not been on my bike for a long time? God, this looks pretty steep. This should be fun. Lucky I'm in turbo. Ugh. Right, try not to change gear when I'm putting too much load through the pedals. Can I get around this tree up here? Oh, I'm in love with this. In love. Why didn't I try this sooner? I just like my Bronson. I've always had fun riding it. It's always felt hard work. It's never been easy because I'm a bit of a whopper. So, I mean, that bike is still far better at mountain biking than I am. So, I didn't need a new bike because I need a newer, better one. But since I've been commuting to work a bit, I can save a lot of time throughout the course of a year by riding an e-bike. So it made sense financially as well. So let's go and see if these little old jumps are still here. A lot of these trees have come down. Looks like the whole place is set for some forestry work. These trees, I can only assume they're set to be chopped down. Ooh, oh, this is tight. I might not be able to get around there because this has not got the same. The motor tried to whack my head into that branch there, or that tree even. I've not got the turning circle that I do on my Bronson because of the bump stops on this frame and suspension forks. Still getting a workout, just not absolutely hanging. Right, we're getting close to where these jumps and stuff, berms and stuff were. Oh. If you've watched any of my older videos, I do touch on this. There used to be some huge, like, mega dangerous jumps here, and I believe a few people got quite badly injured. Yeah, I can see a little tabletop going through there, just there. So let's have a little roll down and see what's what. I'm not going to stick around for too long, as per usual. I do have to get back to work, but we'll have a little roll down and see what is what. But it does look enticing. Oh, almost cleared it. I did not have much speed. Never been much good on berms. Oh, that motor gives you a nice little kick out the corner though. It's almost like I've got some skill. Someone's been down here since last night because it's a bit chewed up. And prior to yesterday evening, this would have been absolutely hard baked. But someone's been down here. Oh my God, there is some jumps. Oh, very ill prepared for this. However, I do have to say, this suspension, this bike has got Fox 36 rhythms, and it seems to be taking it all in its stride, which is pretty good because on my Bronson I've got RockShox pikes, and you might not believe this, but those RockShox pikes on my Bronson have literally never ever been serviced or anything. Nothing's ever been done to them. I've had to pump up the air a couple of times over the course of 11 years. Hope that's not dog turd. No, safe. But I do intend to look after this one a bit. I'm not worried about getting my hands dirty really, but and having a go doing it myself. But on the Bronson, the pikes have always just worked really well. So this is my first set of Fox forks, and so far so good. I will set them up properly. Ooh, let's go and check out some of these jumps. When I say check them out, I mean check them out, not do them. Okay, what we got? Yeah, got a nice little, what do you call it? Drop off, double, I suppose. It's got a lower landing, that one, so that's quite beginner friendly, I think. This is the old big jump line. Now this one does require a bit more in the way of gonads, but never say never. It's got quite a easy landing, so I might try that if I was up here with Bob. But let's go and see what's a bit further down. Oh, that tree's making a horrible creaking noise. Okay, and this is quite a sendy one if you've got a bit of speed. Yeah, I would like to try this. Someone's made a nice job of that landing, and into this rooty stuff, that would be a bit sketchy stopping. But I believe there used to be a jump going across this canyon gap here with the broken tree stump. You used to be able to send it all the way over there, but pretty sure that was a long time ago. Right, I need to get back to work, so let's go and find my car. Okay, so that is it, the end of my first ride. I've just checked out on there and I've done 6.4 miles and I've used 19% of the battery. So that's pretty good going, I guess, because I've been literally deliberately seeking out the hills to get up and see how the different modes work. So really, if you're on the fence about getting an E-MTB, like I was for a long time, then my advice to you is go and try one, because this thing has just opened up a whole new world of fun. I've always thought E-MTBs were a bit cheating, but to be honest, if you're someone like myself who doesn't have a whole heap of time to get out on an E-MTB or on your bike full stop, you can get twice as many miles done in the same amount of time. You still get a workout. I'm sweating my arse off here, but you're just not struggling up the hills so much, which in my eyes, for someone in my mid-40s, just makes it a lot more fun. Particularly if you haven't got enough time to build and maintain your bike fitness. You know, it sort of puts you off going out on it if you've been off it for a little while, because it takes ages to get that back. And just with an E-MTB, just jump on it and you're flying again. So you definitely will not be the last one to the top of the hill. Anyway, I'm going to have plenty more adventures on this thing, so if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and leave a comment down below and let me know what you reckon your first E-MTB will be, or if you've got one already, let me know what you got. But anyway, until next time, thank you very much.
Catch you later.